a bit of a disaster yesterday evening, and it's because of the oven. Wendy made a pizza. She made the pizza dough. We topped it off with tomato sauce and all the bits and pieces, all the toppings we wanted. But then it was quite big and it fitted on the tray, just on the shelf in the oven. But halfway through cooking, because it was so big, it needed turning around. Well, because it was on one of these trays, I couldn't really turn it around. So I thought what I'll do is I'll turn the tray around. And they normally go in that way, slide that way, so that those bits are at the back. And well, these bits at this end are curved and they don't fit in. Let me show you the oven. So this is the oven. These are the shelf holders, and normally we would slide the shelf in between that so it's held up. But what I didn't realise is that those shelf holders only go back to there, not the full thing. So I put the shelf of the oven on top of that, thinking it would go all the way back. I didn't realise that it was only that long. So when I slid the shelf back in, the whole pizza just dropped down onto the back of there. Now, if you can see that, it's a bit mucky down there, but all about this much of the pizza, enough to cover the entire gas burner, fell upside down with all the cheese and the tomato sauce and all the toppings onto the gas burner. What a nightmare. Let me turn that off. What a nightmare, because this shelf just went tip. And anyway, this is this is the residue of this is a bit of greaseproof paper, some crust, tomatoes, bacon, onion, all sorts of stuff on there. That was all over that all over the grill at the back. So this morning I thought, well, we couldn't clean it while it was hot, so this morning I've got to it, and I've had to really scrub it with the washing up brush to get all the cheese out of the burners, because the cheese just melted and sealed up the burners. So once I'd cleaned out a bit, I was able to sort of scrape some off and then light the gas, and it lit in little places, and then eventually I was able to turn that off because the cheese had heated up enough for me to scrape it off more and lit it again, and so on. So now I'm in the middle of cleaning the glass. This is a non-stick liner, so I can chuck all that away. I'm not saving that as leftovers. so we chuck that away, and then the oven will be back to working. What an absolute blooming nightmare that was. Anyway, the pizza itself, once it was cooked, because we did manage to rescue it, was delicious. We've been doing a little bit of boat maintenance just to keep ourselves busy, and well, we thought we needed some new ropes because they were all sort of fraying and we weren't really sure. So we went over to the boat chandlers yesterday and we bought some new ropes, these ones, and we thought we'd like these. We'd seen these multicoloured ones on other people's boats and it was quite nice to see them. when we got to the chandlers. They were not that expensive. £24 for the ropes. So we got one for the back and one for the front here, one for the bow, one for the stern, should I say. And I'm not sure I've tied it up correctly, because that's gently just slipping out, so I'll probably need to get that back in. We've got a plan to go to, well, take the boat out to what's called a winding hole, a couple of, probably maybe 10 miles up the canal on Tuesday, probably Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So I've got a few bits and pieces to do, got to clean up. We also bought some wash and shine waxy stuff for the boat, so we've got to get a bucket of hot water and start to clean the boat. We've taken off the cover from around the back of the boat as well. There used to be a cover all around here that comes across here. It's really used for the winter, just to keep all this covered up. And we've got what's called a tonneau cover that comes down on here as well, so it sort of comes over the hatchway, loops onto that bit there, and poppers down onto there and here, so it comes all the way down. But we can't keep it on all the time, because it comes down at an angle down to here, so we wouldn't be able to get on and off if we were doing that. We've also had quite a bit of a clean up at the back. Wendy's put all her plants up on the top here. I have also, you might see down there, I've taken the chimney down, because we're not lighting the fire now, and I want to sweep the chimney. We've got the way you do that is you get this little brush, so, and poke it down the chimney, get it down the chimney, and brush all the soot that builds up inside, because it can build up and really go sticky, and it can cause a fire. Let's get back inside, out of the wind. Oh, that's that. So we also, while we were over there, well, actually no, we bought this on Amazon. We did see these over at the Chandlers, but they're more expensive. We bought this for little Pipsqueak. It's a life jacket, a little doggy life jacket. These are floats. They go under her chin to keep her head up, and then you've got this handle on the back where we can get out. We've got a retrieval hook. It looks like an old fork handle with a big screw hook screwed into the end of the wooden handle. So if she falls in, if she ever fell in, she can swim. I know that because she fell into a pond. She wasn't sure about getting her foot in. She was quite young. She fell into a pond. She did manage to swim out, but she hates the water completely, and it's not great because the canal's very cold and it affects her very badly, so we need to hook her out pretty quick.
I've had my journal book for about a year, and I've used it, I write things in it, but just lately I've taken to doing some junk journaling, and I've found that really therapeutic and helpful for me. And I've also done some bit of art things, just enjoying the colours of a box of paintbrushes. No, that's not paintbrushes. Watercolour brushes. Yes, I've been enjoying a new box of watercolour brushes, and I'd just love to put the colours on the paper, because I'm no artist, I never have been, but I still enjoy it, and I've realised now I'm older, it doesn't matter.
What?
Now,
what is junk journaling?
oh, junk journal is where you use scraps of paper or reuse, like old books, advertising things, anything that you're reusing to make collages and pictures out of. And you can make your junk journal out of a cereal box, for example. You reuse things.
Shall we have a look?
But I'm not made one out of a cereal box, but I would do when this one's finished. So my book is not just purely junk journal; it's a total mix.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, have a look.
So this is Wendy's journal here. It's a book from Scribbles That Matter, and it's a dot journal, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
So it comes as plain pages, and I don't think there are any plain pages now. Oh, there are some. Yeah. So some of them, well, all of them come with dots. They're sort of, not sure whether you could see them, but they're sort of it's a dotted grid, if you like, that allows you to do, really, to make your journal how you want to make your journal, and to do whatever you like in it. There's some dot journal things. There's some dot journal sort of tutorials on YouTube, aren't there, Wend? And we looked at those. Do you want to turn to a particular page?
I just will show you this particular page. It's the yellow page.
I've got some favourite pages that I know about. Wendy wants to show you.
Well, I'll just show you one. There.
Ah.
Because this is me. This is how my head feels.
This is a double page spread of Wendy's journal, which I thought was very, very artistic. Reminded me, immediately I saw it, I thought, oh, it's a bit Monty Python. But Wendy's done this, and she particularly wanted to show you this, because that's how she feels. She feels like she got a little bug in her head.
And this is very meaningful. This is supposed to be me, and it says, and those are the bricks tumbling round in my head.
So it's very
yes,
it's very meaningful to Wendy.
Yes, it does.
So you see all this yellow background is Wendy's watercolour pens.
Yes,
Isn't it? So they're sort of they're pens. Oh, they're from Arteza. These sort of pens. They come in a set of 48, like that. And they come in this little packets like normal. But when you pull the lids off, the tips are like a paintbrush. So that's why Wendy calls them a watercolour pen. It's because they are sort of watercolour. And then you get, Wendy just reminded me of this, you get a water-filled pen with the same sort of brush on the end, but that's a blending pen. So you can paint multiple colours, then you can use the water pen just to blend colours together. It's quite a nice set. If you're into it, I'll put a link to those in the description.
Oh, I'll put it back.
And also, from those same people, Arteza, Wendy got these colouring pencils, 48 colouring pencils in this nice box. And these are really, really top quality pencils. They're premium pencils, and they really are. They're sort of triangular, nice to hold, and good to colour with. They really, really work well.
They're birthday presents to myself. Yes.
Yeah. So there's all sorts of other. Wendy keeps all sorts of stuff in here. There's, that page I thought was quite good. That green one with a little pocket. Wendy made a little pocket there, and she's used the letters across HOPE, hope, 'cause I think that's how she was feeling on the day, hopeful. But there's other pages like that that I just want to show you, because I think it really, you know, she does stuff like that with the canal boat on. She's done four. You've done 4 colour pages, haven't you?
Yeah.
And we've shown you the yellow. But there are others, and I just want to. It's good to keep things like that as well. Nice little postcards. Oh yeah. That says, "Let the stars guide me." It's quite nice. I think Wendy said she's not artistic, but actually, when you look at that, she is quite artistic, aren't you? Yes, Steve. Oh yeah, this one. There's the word marina there, because that's where we are. Did you see? It is okay. It's sticking things together and collaging. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I think it's
that's
all.
That's my page for Spain as well as the boat.
That's the
travels
Spain
page.
And the boat. Yeah.
The sun.
I think it's very artistic. I really do. That's the yellow page. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the hope page. Yeah, I think that was. Oh yeah, and there's in these dot journals you get a little pocket at the back to keep bits and pieces. Yeah. So that's what Wendy's doing at the moment, journaling, and that's helping. Yeah, so I'm sort of keeping myself busy by making videos. I've started a podcast about my Toastmaster journey. That's sort of therapeutic. It forces me to do something on a weekly basis to get it ready and edit it. I edit these videos up, and that's really keeping me saner. Keeping me on the straight and narrow, as it were. So yeah,